In this video, we'll explore permutations. But first, let's build a strong foundation using the fundamental principle of counting. Imagine tossing a coin and rolling a die. For the coin, there are two possible outcomes, heads or tails. For the die, there are 6 possible outcomes, the numbers from 1 to 6. To find the total number of possible outcomes when both events happen together, we compare heads with each outcome on the die, then pair tails with each outcome on the die. Notice we end up with a total of 12 possible outcomes. An easier way of getting the total number of possible outcomes is to simply use the fundamental counting principle and multiply the number of outcomes on the coin times the number of outcomes on the die. That's 2 times 6 equals 12 possible outcomes. The fundamental principle of counting states that if one event can occur in m ways and another event can occur in n ways, then both events can occur together in m times n ways. Let's apply this to outfits. If a man owns 3 shirts and 2 pants, how many different outfits can he wear? That's 3 times 2 equals 6 outfits, since each shirt can be paired with either of the 2 pants. Now let's level up this idea to something even more powerful, permutations. Permutations are arrangements of objects where order matters. A librarian is putting these 3 books on a shelf. How many ways can the 3 different books be arranged? She can put red, then black, then blue, or red then blue, then black. She can arrange the books by colors in any way out of a total of 6 different arrangements or permutations. A couple ways to visualize the number of permutations for these 3 books is using a tree diagram or the box method. In the box method, we have 3 different spaces to place the books. We have 3 choices for the first spot. Once a book is placed in the first spot, 2 books remain, so 2 choices for the second spot and only 1 choice for the third. That gives us 3 times 2 times 1 equals 6 permutations, which can be denoted as 3 factorial. This gives rise to the formula for finding the number of ways we can arrange n distinct objects, that's n factorial, written like this. So, no need to do trial and error if we need to find the number of ways that we can arrange 4 distinct items. That would be 4 factorial, which is 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 equals 24 ways. Notice factorial means we reduce n by 1 as we multiply along. Let's look at a few questions. How many 4-digit passwords can you form using the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, with no character repeated? The first thing you need to ask yourself is, does the order of these digits matter? The answer would most certainly be yes, since every arrangement is a different password, even though we are using the same digits. Hence, it is a permutation problem. So, the number of arrangements for these 4 items is 4 factorial. That's 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 equals 24. So, 24 4-digit passwords can be formed if no character is repeated. How many different ways can a line be formed with 3 boys and 4 girls? We're arranging all 7 children, all of whom are obviously different characters. So it's 7 factorial, that's 5,040 ways. A committee must elect a president, a treasurer, and a secretary from 3 persons. How many ways can the committee be formed? To illustrate this, we'll make up some names for the 3 persons: Sam, Bob, and Pat. Since the positions are distinct, the order matters. So Sam can be president, Bob can be treasurer, and Pat the secretary. Or we could make Pat the president, Sam the treasurer, and Bob the secretary. We can switch the roles for the 3 persons, and we'll get a total of 6 permutations. we're choosing 3 persons for 3 different roles. So the permutations formula can be applied to give 3 factorial equals 6 possible arrangements. So there are 6 possible ways to form this committee. Now, what if some items are alike? For example, how many different ways can the letters in the word dad be arranged? Even though the word dad has 3 letters, the number of permutations is not 3 factorial. Since one of the letters is repeated, that's the letter D. To fix this, we divide by the factorial of the number of times an item was repeated. So, to find the number of distinct permutations of the letters in DAD, we use the formula shown here, where n represents the total number of items, which is 3 in this case, and r represents the number of times an item was repeated. So, in this case, r is 2, since d is there twice. So the number of distinct permutations would be 3 factorial divided by 2 factorial. That's 6 divided by 2 equal 3 distinct permutations, as can be seen here where we listed them. How many different ways can the letters in the word banana be arranged? Let's check for the repeated items. The word banana has 6 letters, but the letter A appears 3 times and the letter N appears 2 times. So, using the formula, the number of permutations is 6 factorial over 3 factorial for the A, that's there 3 times, multiplied by 2, factorial for the N, that's there 2 times. That's 720 over 12, which is 60. So there are 60 distinct permutations of the letters in the word banana. In the next lesson, we'll explore permutations with restrictions on how the objects can be arranged. If you enjoyed the lesson, give us a like and subscribe to Adobe Math Lab for more powerful math lessons. See you soon.